Road to Freedom. Type your name, then find your teacher's name. The Road to Freedom. Minutemen were volunteer soldiers who were ready in a minute to fight the British. It was the night of April 18th, 1775. In Boston, lanterns in a church steeple revealed that the British redcoats were on the move. They wanted to capture the colonists' hidden weapons. Paul Revere and two others rode out to warn the people. The redcoats marched all night. They arrived in Lexington near dawn. The Minutemen were waiting. No one knows which side fired first, but the battle began. That first shot became known as the shot heard around the world. The British marched on to Concord. Few of the well-hidden weapons were found. By the time the British turned back, the colonists were angry. They hid along the road, crouching behind trees, stone walls, and buildings. As the British soldiers approached, the easy-to-see redcoats were attacked. By the time the British made it back to Boston, 247 redcoats had been killed or wounded. The Revolutionary War had begun. Number 1. What does Minutemen mean? What does Minutemen mean? The redcoats that marched all night, the volunteer soldiers who were ready in a minute to fight the British, the soldiers that said, "Wait a minute," before attacking the British soldiers. Number 2, what did the lanterns in the church steeple reveal? What did the lanterns in the church steeple reveal? That the weapons were hidden from the British. The British marched to Concord and found a few hidden weapons. The British redcoats were on the move. Number 3, who fired the first shot of the war? Who fired the first shot of the war? The British, the Minutemen. No one knows which side fired first. Number 4, what is the first shot known as in the war? The shot heard around the world. No one knows which side fired first, but boom, it happened. The British are coming. Number 5, how did the colonists fight against the British? How did the colonists fight against the British? The colonists were angry and turned back. The colonists hid along the road, crouching behind trees, stone walls, and buildings. The colonists' red coats made it easy for the British to see and to attack. Number 6, how many British soldiers were killed at the time they made by the time they made it back to Boston? How many British soldiers were killed at the time by the time they made it back to Boston? 18, 175, 247. How many British soldiers were killed by the time they made it back to Boston? Number 7. What time did the redcoats make it to Lexington? Nighttime on April 18th, 1775. Near dawn, lunchtime. What is another name for the British soldiers? Colonists, patriots, redcoats. Number 9. What word would best describe the Minutemen? What word would best describe the Minutemen? Desperate, kindness, courageous. Number 10. What is the best summary of the passage? It was the night of April 18th, 1775. The redcoats marched all night. They arrived in Lexington near dawn. The war began, but no one knows which side fired first. The second one, the British redcoats were on the move according to the lanterns in the church steeple. Lexington is where the first shot was fired. The colonists attacked the British and 247 redcoats were killed. The third one, the first shot was heard around the world. The British marched to Concord to find only a few hidden weapons. The colonists attacked the British by hiding in the bushes. Many British redcoats were killed.